Bitcoin, we start with daily chart. We want to see how we can look at the chart and whether we can get any trade setup or not. First of all, if we refer to our analysis, we mentioned we want to see the breakout of the correction, and if the price break the lowest price of this correction, any reversal, it can give us a really good trade setup for long term. And as we can see, the price almost tagged the previous low, but there was no breakout. Then the price sharply reversed. And if we put this low relative to the previous one, we see we have a divergence. Okay, whether the price is going to reverse, that means this is the start of the reversal, or we can expect the price to turn to a deeper move. We cannot conform with that. Okay, but the only things I mentioned, even my last analysis, we want to see the reversal as long as the price haven't break 28,500. Because if the price break the 28,500, the next level is somewhere around 25k. Okay, and if the price drop to somewhere around 25 or 20k, the reversal can, it can be within the down move for the really long term. Any reversal, it can give us really, it takes a long term rather than the price reverse video dropping to the 25k. Okay, now the only thing is we don't need to really care about how deep the price can go. The from now for me, if I get, because I'm for long term, I'm interested in the buy, I try to look for the trade setup. Any reversal, if I get a trade for buy, I will take it. Okay, because right now we cannot confirm which direction it can go. The only thing is we want to see whether reversal. Okay, and if I move to forward chart, if we refer to our analysis, we mentioned we want to look for this flat as a three waves internal in relative to this, and we want to see whether we can put this one in relative to this move or not. Technically, we cannot put because in terms of the length and time, they are not matched. But we have seen this kind of the structure based on the experience. Sometimes we don't need to really rely on the the flat, based on technical analysis, 100%. Sometimes we cannot expect the last wave be as long as the first wave. Okay, that's why we are trying to use the indicators. We see the breakout of the last move, which is this one. Okay, that's why from now, if we get the reversal, we can look for buy, but we trade it. And if we refer to the indicators, make this showing us a divergence, but the another indicator doesn't show me really good unless I consider this move, which is this part is somewhere around here. That means we cannot rely on this right now. The only thing is based on 1 hour forward chart, we refer to the MACD. Okay, the first things I want to highlight here, if we based on forward chart, as we can, the price almost break the lowest price, the previous low. For this shadow, we see the reversal as a sharp move. But if we refer to forward chart and a 1 hour chart, there was no trade setup. For me, I didn't get any trade for buy because what I try to do and what I try to explain is if we want to look for trade, we have to get a trade setup. Okay, we are not using, we are not going to trade by the breakout of the any lines or any levels. We are not using the support and resistance or levels. We're looking for the elliott wave, the flat, the patterns, and then from there, if we get the trade setup, we can look for buy. And mostly what I try to explain is if we want to look for the reversal, we need to see the sharp move or correction. That's mean for me, if I want to look for trade for buy, I get the sharp move, but right now I'm waiting to see the correction of flag. If I get any correction of flag, then I will take the trade. How we can look for trade? If we get a flag as a sharp move, a small flag, the only way is to put our entry above the top. And if we get any sharp move flag by having entry above the top, what we want to see the next move, the sharply break and continue with the price tag. We see it's not moving. We don't keep more than 2 hours. Over trade. If it move in our direction, we can move our stop loss to break even and let it go. But if we see it's not moving in our direction, within the first or maximum second hours, we take out the trade. Because every time you mention, if you're looking for the sharp move flag, we're looking for the trade by having entry above the flag, the next move should be really sharp break and continue. And the another option is we wait for the deeper correction, not the only flag. And the deeper correction, then we want to see how we can trade it. Again, one of the options to put our entry above the top, or we get the trade within the correction based on lower time frame. In that case, we need to get the internal flat at least 3 waves. That means our correction bit should be flat, not flag. Okay. For example, similar to what I get here, I was looking for buy. I see this sharp move correction. The only way to look for the trade, I put my entry above the top. The price drop, it didn't take. I was not in the trade. Even there was a second opportunity, I didn't get the trade. And we mentioned if we put our entry above the top, for example, similar to what we have here, even if the price tag this is not moving within the, we don't keep more than 2 hours. And what I'm looking for here, if I want to look for buy, the only thing is if I get the correction of flag, then from there I will consider whether I should look for buy or not. And whoever bought from here, they should move their stop loss to break even. Okay, even if you refer to the one of the indicators showing it as the divergence, but the MACD, we cannot really rely on that for 1 hour chart. As you can see, the forward and the 1 hour chart, each of them showing us a different um information. Okay, but the only thing is I want to see whether the price can break these levels or not. Okay, that means I want to see whether the price can break this zone or not. Even if we get any correction from here, if we get any trade setup, we need to see the breakout of this zone, which is the top of this correction and the previous one, somewhere around 33,600 or 36,500. Okay, by the way, right now the only way to look for the next trade, if we want to look for buy, we need to wait for the correction here. It doesn't mean the price cannot drop. If the price drop, also we can look for sell as a short-term trade in the down move, but we are more interested to look for buy. Okay, anyway, the only things I want to highlight here, if we wants to look for buy, we need to get the trade set up, and whoever wants to buy, they need to be really careful. If the price is not moving in our direction, we don't need to keep the trade for long term. And I just try to follow the chart. We see whether we can get the trade setup. If I get any trade setup, I will try to share. Thanks.